Hey guys, it's Tape the Grape, and in this video I'm going to be replacing the turn signal switch on my mom's Chevy HHR. This ain't going to be a super detailed video. In fact, a video I watched to know how to do this, I'll link in the description. Super detailed video. That's the one you should watch if you need to do this yourself. But we got the part here. Of course, it's brand new. Only 18 bucks. I'll link the description of the actual part in it too, in the description. It says G5 Solstice. That's because Pontiac G5, Pontiac Solstice, and Turret, whatever that is. I assume they all use the same part. But anyway, this is it, of course. And if you knew, the one my mom had before, it snapped in half, and I super glued it, and it's still holding up. But again, you put it left, it doesn't stay. And when you put it right, it doesn't disengage. You have to manually do it. So we're going to replace that. Alright, the tools you'll need is a ratchet with the long thing, a 7mm socket. This is so you can get the deep bolts underneath. I'll show you. Flathead screwdriver to pry the clips loose, and you could either do what I'm doing or ideally get a short Phillips screwdriver, because I don't have one and the long one won't work. So what I have in place is this, a ratchet attachment, so I can reach up there. Again, I'll show you in the video. But these are the tools you'll need. Phillips head screwdriver, short preferably, flathead screwdriver to pry at some clips, and 7mm socket to an elongated thing on a ratchet, whatever it's called. I don't know the words, but anyway. Alright, so the first thing you want to do, of course, make sure the steering wheel is as low as it can go. Looks like it already is. Put it back up there. First thing we need to do are the screws. Up here, there's two, one there and one over here. I say you need a short Phillips head because I tried using a long one. There's not enough length. You'd only have to be able to do it at an angle, and it does not work. So I will get my ratchet and show you. Alright, so I got my ratchet with the Phillips head tip. So I'm going to undo these screws, and I'm going to do them off camera because I can't otherwise. Now, when I say these screws were not in, even though they were technically in, I literally twisted it twice and they both fell out. So they either weren't screwed in on accident, or that's the design of them, but they were pretty easy to come out. But, oh yeah. And now I use my flathead screwdriver to pry this piece out, but there we go, we got this little bezel out. And we'll set this to the side. And now on to the next thing. Alright, the next thing you'll need to do is there's 3 bolt holes down here. One right here, one right there, and one right there. Again, 7mm socket, loosening those till they come out, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I got those 3 out. Now, next thing you gotta do is slightly pry this piece of plastic down and this piece up. This one down slightly, this one up a little bit more, probably actually all the way off. Let's see. Alright, so I've got this piece of plastic off. I'm setting this to the side. And now we've got the exposed thing right here. Whoops. Got it right here. So we got to unclip this. I got to figure out how. I'm thinking it's this little thing. I think you push down on it and it slides out. But I will figure it out and I will let you know. Alright, so I was right. There was a top little clip and there's one in the bottom you kind of got to reach for. And this just slides right out. Now we got to take these little wire clips off real fast. Same story. These little tabs here, you pull them off. This other one's probably on the other side. I think you got to take this one off first, then you can access this one, but I will figure it out. And again, the detailed video will show you exactly how to do it. But let me do this, and it's the same process, but in reverse, putting it back together. But I'll be right back. Alright, so we got it. As you can see, they were a pain in the butt to get out, but I eventually got them out. So, out with the old, and in with the new. Let's put it back together. So I've got the plug-ins put back in, and all we do is slide it back into place, if I can get it. Alright, let's see. There we go. Oops, you gotta move this plastic piece down below. And give me a second. I think something's caught. All I had to do was just pull this piece down, because them little tabs you can see here were in the way of it pushing back. But anyway, now before we put everything together, let's actually see if the thing works or not. All right. Whoopsie. See. Right and left. Heck yeah. Alright, so I clamped these plastic pieces back together, and one thing to note, this little inner ring thingy is supposed to be behind these plastic pieces, but anyway, so yeah, again, as I showed you, it works. And so let me put the bolts back down, put the bolts back in down here, and put the bezel back in, and then it'll be done. Got the bolts in down there, and one thing to note, when you put the bezel back in, you will have to force it in there. You'll have to like bend and pry it. If you break it, you break it. That's GM plastic for you, but hopefully not. But let's force this back into place, and then put the 2 screws back up there, and then the job's complete. So I managed to get the bezel in with some serious prying, and it did not break. But now to put the screws back in. And so again, it works. There's the left, and it shows that it's flashing, but that's just the video making all the lights do that, of course. But anyway, it works, so that's awesome. Heck yeah.